This video is going to be a little bit offensive, as it relates to recent events on YouTube regarding criticism towards Draw Muhammad Day and other such things. Now, the criticism that is often brought up is that Draw Muhammad Day seems to carry with it some bigoted elements towards Muslims, without, of course, outright condemning those elements as some sort of cost-benefit analysis. You know, adding an extra 5 minutes to the video to add in the part about extremist versus regular Muslims would take away from the effect of the movement. Right. And of course, to point this out means that you're making a guilt by association fallacy, meaning that you're implicitly condemning everyone who doesn't speak out against these people and saying that they're bigots too. And that seems to be a rather odd objection given the fact that these same individuals often call on moderate Muslims to speak out against extremists, else they will be put in the same basket. Double standards for the win. But aside from that, my biggest complaint with movements like Draw Muhammad Day, or the often advertised inhumane actions by certain Muslims in certain countries, is that it seems like a lot of these people have their priorities mixed up and aren't actually ethical individuals. Let me suggest why I think this way. While these individuals are desperate looking on the internet to find anything they can against Muslims, they don't actually give a damn about these people they're putting out as their poster children for their anti-Islamic or anti-Muslim agenda. I mean, do you really think these people care about, like, Aisha in Pakistan, who was condemned to death for blasphemy? No, they could care less for her existence. The only reason that she's even being mentioned is so they can continue justifying their blind, delusional hatred of other people and other ideas. Whenever they go around finding these incidents, typically isolated, of Muslims killing other Muslims unjustly, do they ever ask themselves what the victim's mentality or beliefs actually were? Because I can assure you that most of them believe exactly the same as the purported extremist. They just feel like they're being unjustly condemned. But does that ever go through a lot of these people's minds whenever they put them up as their poster child? No, because they don't care about these people's lives. They don't care about what they do for a living. They don't care about their families. They don't care about their actual beliefs or intentions. All they care about is that this person is a new victim for their marketing scheme. I mean, if these individuals really cared about free speech, free societies, and civil rights, civilized society, then they would actually, not be hypocritical about their belief in social contract by, not complaining about the fact that Egyptian citizens want to have Sharia in their government. Oh yeah, we believe in democracy, but if you decide something against our democracy, well... And while these people say things like, well, the hijackers said Allahu Akbar before they slammed planes into buildings, they don't ever care to mention that a lot of these Egyptian citizens who were getting killed for their beliefs and for their desire for democracy were also saying Allahu Akbar while they were toppling a tyrannical regime that was supported by so-called civilized societies. You would think that if these people really cared about free speech and freedom of expression and freedom to live, that they would be doing more with their time, like, I don't know, writing to their congressmen, drawing protest signs, marching outside government buildings, or get their taxes changed so that they're not paying a couple of billion to Israel per year for their military-industrial complex that is also running the largest child prison in the world. And they would be trying to get certain laws changed that would fix the foreign policies of the particular governments that are causing more mass slaughter and suffering of civilians in the world today. But no, instead these people like to take their time to draw funny pictures and post derogatory YouTube comments towards other Muslims. Or to make videos trying to justify why Draw Muhammad Day and other such things are so important to free speech, based on this delusion that somehow Sharia law is going to be imposed upon them, and that all Muslims do not like Westerners because of their freedoms and liberties and humanitarian rights. Basically sitting on their ivory towers from their decadent homes and lifestyles, complaining about people that have legitimate grievances against their societies. And don't give me this thing about how Al-Qaeda and others are so dangerous. Yeah, they're dangerous and they're worthy to talk about and to condemn. But if we're looking at pure numbers here, millions have died, been displaced from their homes, starving, lacking food and water, cannot form their own societies without them being destroyed or hijacked by other civilized nations, cannot even believe what they want. I mean, for all the people that get stoned or their heads cut off in places like Saudi Arabia, more people are being killed by these civilized societies who want to impose their form of democracy on everybody else, while of course simultaneously stealing their resources and also funding tyrannical regimes for economic interest. So the next time one of you guys gives me an attitude about how bad the Muslim world is and tries to give me this line about how you're all heroes for, promoting free speech and free expression and enlightenment ideas, maybe you should take that somewhere else where it matters and get your priorities straight. Not to say that one life killed under a blasphemy law isn't important. You'd think that over 100,000 people, 500,000 people, millions of people that are being killed or suffer because of your government policies. I would think to all you people out there who want to fight for human rights, will be doing more to fix those issues. But the reality is, you don't care. And you don't have a damn right to tell me otherwise. Salam.